Well, trying to do.
Jefferson County Court at Law number 2 is now in session. Our case is cause number 328-843. The case is styled as State of Texas versus Ulysses Stephen Jacobs IV. Mr. Jacobs, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How are you doing, Mr. Jacobs? I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking, Mr. Jacobs. You're here represented by your attorney Wright Kimbler. Attorney Kimbler, how are you doing?
Well, thank you.
State is represented by Assistant District Attorney Tommy Coleman. Attorney Coleman, how are you doing?
Good, Your Honor.
State, are you ready?
State's ready to proceed, Judge.
Defense, are you ready?
Ready.
And Mr. Kimbler, are you waiving your right to jury trial in this case?
So,
And State?
Likewise, Judge.
Okay, State, you may proceed by reading the information.
Thank you, Your Honor. In the name and by the authority of the state of Texas comes now the undersigned Assistant Criminal District Attorney of Jefferson County, Texas, on behalf of the state of Texas, and presents in and to the County Court at Law of Jefferson County, Texas, that in Jefferson County, Texas, Ulysses Stephen Jacobs IV hereafter style, the defendant heretofore on or about November 20th, 2020, did then and there intentionally flee from Christian Villasana, hereafter style the complainant, a peace officer lawfully attempting to detain the defendant, and the said defendant did then and there know that the complainant was a peace officer attempting to lawfully detain the defendant against the peace and dignity of the state.
Mr. Jacobs, how did you plead, guilty or not guilty?
not guilty.
Mr. Coleman, are you ready to proceed? Would you like to have an opening statement?
Waive that, Judge.
Defense?
We waive opening.
Mr. Coleman, you can present your next witness.
The state calls Christian Villasana.
Okay, hold on a minute. I heard Villasana, I heard that.
Your Honor, the bailiff called Mr. Sonier. There was no response.
Villasana. State,
Your Honor, at this time, the state calls Terry Tran.
okay. Having to call Terry Tran. Terry Tran. Terry Tran. Call the name of Terry Tran.
Maybe so.
Thank you.
Thanks.
No response.
Your Honor, that's all the witnesses for the state. The state will rest at this time.
Defense?
Your Honor, move for instructed verdict not guilty.
Okay, that motion will be granted.
But I'd like, if I may, just to put on the record that the state has made attempts to secure the witnesses' presence today, which includes both phone calls and also reaching out through written correspondence to try to attain their attendance, which obviously proved to be unsuccessful.
Okay. Mr. Jacobs, you've been acquitted of your charges. The court will be signing a judgment in a few minutes. Once you get the judgment from your attorney, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day. And Mr. Kimbler, you'll be free to go as well and you have a blessed day.
Lucky day, Jay.
Thanks.
Your Honor, she's really positive.
Court is back in session. Next case is cause number 330-706. Case of style of state of Texas versus Deja Trishelle Randall.
Yes.
Ms. Randall, how are you doing?
Okay.
That's good. Ms. Randall, you're here represented by your attorney, Attorney Bruce Cobb. Attorney Cobb, how are you doing?
I'm doing better, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Cobb, you waive a jury in this case?
We do, Your Honor.
State?
State likewise waives its right to jury trial.
Mr. Cobb, are you ready?
I'm ready, Your Honor.
State, are you ready?
State's ready, Judge.
Mr. Coleman, would you please read the information?
Comes now in the name and by the authority of the state of Texas, comes now the undersigned Assistant Criminal District Attorney of Jefferson County, Texas, on behalf of the state of Texas, and presents in and to the county court at law of Jefferson County, Texas, that in Jefferson County, Texas, Deja Trishelle Randall, hereafter styled the defendant, heretofore on or about August 17, 2021, did then and there intentionally and knowingly enter onto the premises of another, namely Bendron Everett, without the effective consent of Bendron Everett, and the said defendant had noticed that the entry was forbidden against the peace and dignity of the state.
And Ms. Randall, how did you plead, guilty or not guilty? Mr. Coleman, you like to make an opening statement?
No, Your Honor, we waive our open.
Defense?
We waive our statement.
Okay. Mr. Coleman, you may call your first witness.
The state called Ashley Lori. These are pronounced. Lori. Ashley Lori.
Step down.
No response, Your Honor.
So it stands no further witnesses, Judge. We were arrested this time.
Defense?
We rest, Your Honor.
Okay, you have any motions?
We move for instructed verdict, Your Honor.
That motion will be granted. Ms. Randall, you have been acquitted of these charges, found not guilty. Your attorney will be getting a copy of the judgment in just a few minutes. Just, you're gonna have a seat. Once you get your judgment, you'll be free to go.
Judge, if I could put just something on the record
Uh-huh.
briefly. The state has made several attempts by phone and by written communication to secure the presence of Officer Lori in this case. These attempts obviously have proven to be unsuccessful.
Okay, now, Ms. Randall, if you need to say anything, you can talk to your attorney. He can let you know.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Just have a seat back there. You'll get a copy of the dismissal. Where's,
One section.
All right, because I got a meeting. All right, man. If I have a problem, I'll call you. I should be able to. Yeah. I'll be honest.
Mr. Menifee? You on mute. You gotta take it off of mute.
1, 2, 3, 4. All right. And then how many on the second line? One is not zero.
You can't take it off of mute. Just, what we letting you know is that, we going on another case. Your case is being reset. So you need to, contact your attorney. Okay.
I hear you.
Okay. Contact your attorney, Mr. Paget, and stay in contact with your attorney, Mr. Paget. Okay, you're free to go and you have a blessed day.
You too, sir. Thank you.
That's gonna be reset. And Mr. Hanley, your attorney, Mr. Swallow, they're still working on the paperwork.
Mr. Holmes,
Yes.
do you,